never be a memory.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. So I got some more news for you, baby. Oh man, so much. But first, before I get into it, let's start off with a personal hero of mine. A man that has done so much for the YouTube community. No, actually, I don't know if he's done much for the YouTube community, but he is a hell of a content creator. Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star.
Only $20. I'm a little shook. I'm like, okay, that's a really good price point. Does it work though, ho? That's what we're gonna see.
Now you might be saying, hey, Read My Lips, Jeffree does just makeup. Like, it's makeup. It's a makeup person. Why are you telling us about Jeffree Star? Well, because if you saw my rant in my last video, I got on how Bloomberg and Tom Steyer and a whole plethora of other people weren't doing diddly squat for people in their time of need. And I reported how Yang and his organization Humanity First was helping people out. And they were going to give away $1 million, spread out to people in need. Well, Jeffree motherfucking Star decided to do the same thing. So Jeffree Star says, and I quote, "I really want to help more people in need today. Drop your Cash App below with hashtag Jeffree Star approved. I'm going to help as many people as I can until I hit the limit." So this was yesterday. So, don't flood his channel trying to do Cash App to him now, because I'm sure he's already hit his limit. But he dropped this yesterday, and I love it. It's helping people. This is what I was talking about. And Jeffree Star is mega rich, and he's got more money than he knows what to do with. So him giving some away to people in need is amazing. Remember, half of America makes $30,000 or less. 75 to 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 75 to 78% of Americans don't have $400 in case of an emergency. So if you got it and you can help other people without it hurting yourself and fucking yourself up, because that's just being irresponsible, then that's dope. So I'm giving credit where credit is due. It's not really a UBI, but he's doing something amazing. And it's a spirit. It's the spirit of Yanggang. Jeffree Star ain't Yanggang, but that's some Yang spirit right there. You know what I'm saying? So good on him, and keep dropping amazing fucking palettes. Right? I'm pretty sure everybody saw the Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star. I want to call it a movie, but it's really an episodic series that took over YouTube for some time. The two palettes that they dropped were The Conspiracy and The Controversy. And I got some controversy for you right now. So the Rational National is smearing Yang. He's smearing Andrew Yang. And he's pretty much saying that Yang sold out to Joe Biden for a cabinet position. So he's being disingenuous. And look, I don't have a problem in particular with the Rational National. Have I watched this content before? Yeah, I think he does a pretty decent job. A lot of the independent media creators on YouTube I watch, down from Jimmy Dore to Secular Talk to the Rational National, Mike from the Humanist Report, he kind of irritates me at times, and the Progressive Voice can irritate me at times, but for the most part, they're better than a CNN and MSNBC and a Fox News. Do you get what I'm saying? But the Rational National dropped the ball. The ball's dropped, and it's rolling. It's rolling across the fucking street, and it's gone. He totally screwed up this time around, and he's not being fair. So I'm going to play a little bit of what he was talking about, and it was because Yang was on the Breakfast Club. I'm not going to play the Breakfast Club script or video from it because they will demonetize the fuck out of it. But I'm gonna play to you what he said, and we're gonna talk about it.
On the radio show The Breakfast Club, Andrew Yang appeared to finally reveal why he endorsed Joe Biden. And there's an issue with this. So first, let me show you where I saw this news. From Kimberly Nicole Foster here, tweeting out, Andrew Yang is on The Breakfast Club saying Biden told him he'd have a cabinet position. We all knew that's why he endorsed, but you're not supposed to say that. No, you are not. And I'll tell you exactly why in a minute. First, let me give you the direct quote. Since I can't play this video, The Breakfast Club is very particular about people using their clips, but I can give you the direct quote here. So, Charlemagne, on the left there, he asks, did Biden promise you a cabinet position? And then Yang says, we've talked, and I mean, I'd have a place in the administration is the pretty clear message. So afterwards, I'll link to this video in the description box below my video. This is at about the 16-minute mark, so you can see it for yourself. It's the exact quote. Now, before I get to the issue, I mean, on one hand, this is kind of refreshing that he's being open and honest with this. Most politicians are not going to admit this. They're not going to say this. So you can give Yang some credit here for at least being honest. At the same time, it's pretty selfish. I mean, if this is the reason why you endorse Joe Biden. Now, he also goes on to say, well, it appears Joe Biden's going to be the nominee, and I said I was going to back the nominee. Okay, fine. But you could wait until he's actually the nominee instead of, endorsing him early and not getting Biden to fight for anything you fought for. I mean, Andrew Yang had said that he would endorse a candidate that backed a universal basic income. Well, right now, Bernie Sanders is fighting for a $2,000 universal basic income during this crisis, a monthly universal basic income of $2,000. Joe Biden, nowhere. I mean, Joe Biden has essentially disappeared the past few days. But even apart from that, Biden is not backing a UBI right now. So you have one candidate that is still in the race, Bernie's still in the race, backing a UBI, and Joe Biden not, yet Yang backed Joe Biden. Now, the other issue with this is a legal issue, because apparently this is illegal. So this is Title 18 U.S. Code Section 599, Promise of Appointment by Candidate. So whoever being a candidate directly or indirectly promise or pledging the appointment or the use of his influence or support for the appointment of any person to any public or private position or employment for the purpose of procuring support in his candidacy shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both, and if the violation was willful, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 2 years or both. So this is punishable for up to 2 years in prison. Now, if you're thinking, oh, but they all do this, right? They all do this. Well, that may be true, but there's usually enough plausible deniability where they're able to get around it.
Okay. I got the tea. We're gonna spill the tea. I got the tea. We're gonna. And good tea it is indeed. We got to talk about this shit. So, in so many words, he's saying what Yang has done is, in a sense, illegal, and that he sold himself out, pretty much. That he's a sellout. Here's the truth of the matter. This is, and he got on this in the video a bit, but this is the norm. I say to you this, Rational National. If Bernie Sanders would have went to Andrew Yang and said, look, Andrew, shit is hitting the bricks. People, young voters aren't coming out and voting for me. So, look, if you do this for me, I will give you a cabinet position. I just need you to come out in favor of Bernie Sanders. And then Yang came out and endorsed him. There'd be crickets. Crickets. Yeah, I guarantee you would not be making a video. No fucking way would you be coming out with a video saying, Yang sold out. Bernie went to him, offered him a position, which is illegal, and Yang jumped on the Sanders train, and that's it. Shame on Yang. You wouldn't be saying that. You're not being fair, and right now you're not being an honest actor. Of course, in the words of Cenk Uygur, of course, people came out to Andrew Yang and promised him cabinet positions and promised him places in the White House and promised them positions in their cabinet if Yang would come out in favor of them, if Yang came out and endorsed them. How many times has Kyle Kalinske said, oh, Bernie just needs to go talk to Elizabeth Warren, give her whatever she wants, and promise her a cabinet position for her endorsement? Kyle Kalinske has said that a bunch of times. And I am one of the few people that said, don't do that. Don't prostitute yourself out to Elizabeth Warren. It's like a bad breakup. I know it may seem like you need her right now, but trust me, you want nothing to do with her. Nothing. So I advocated against approaching Warren and offering her any position in his administration. But I guarantee you, if Sanders would have did that with Warren, the Rational National wouldn't have said shit. It would have been crickets. Crickets. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, Andrew's policies line up closer to Sanders, so it'd be okay. That's bullshit. And you know it. Andrew Yang never said, yes, I endorsed Biden because he offered me a position. He never said that. He endorsed Biden because, he's the fucking nominee. Unless Biden comes out with, I got the corona, then it's it. Biden is the nominee. I don't like it. I'm not a Biden fan. He's handsy. He's a fucking pervert. He sniffs women's hair. They're clearly bothered. He pulls them closer. He's a fucking perv. I am not a Joe Biden fan. He's a blatant liar. Sanders is on stage asking him, didn't you say you would take away Social Security multiple times? Look, Joe, people change. Just admit that you did it. And Joe Biden fucking lied multiple times to millions of people. Okay? Not a Biden fan. But I live in reality, and he will be the nominee. Unless something drastic happens. Right? So Andrew Yang did the math. He knew. He saw where the tides were going. He knew Biden was the nominee, and he endorsed the nominee like he always said he would. Okay, let's backtrack. He's supposed to endorse somebody that takes up UBI. This is what he said. Newsflash, nobody was taking up UBI except for Tulsi Gabbard, who had no path to the nomination. It'd be a waste of an endorsement. It was a waste. And I'm a Tulsi fan. But it was a waste. It'd be a waste. If he said I endorsed Tulsi Gabbard, nothing would change. It would mean absolutely nothing. It'd be 100 pounds of nothing. 5 foot nothing. Hold on. Yeah, hello? It's nothing. He says he knows them because it would have been nothing. Okay? A complete waste. So, he endorsed Biden, who was the nominee. He couldn't endorse anybody that took up UBI because nobody took up UBI except for Tulsi Gabbard. Sanders didn't, and Joe didn't. So he endorsed the nominee. Tulsi Gabbard just did the goddamn same thing. She just endorsed Joe Biden. I covered it on the channel. Not because she likes Joe Biden, which she might. I think she does like Joe Biden, but she aligns with Sanders more, and her endorsing Sanders wouldn't change the goddamn thing either. It would have been in the right spirit, but it would have been a waste of an endorsement, and she said she would endorse the Democratic nominee. And Rational National, I got a news flash for you. Are you ready? Are you in your seat? Are you buckled up? Bernie Sanders will also endorse Joe fucking Biden. He will bend the knee because he's weak. And Bernie's my number 2. Andrew Yang was my number 1, Bernie's my number 2, and that's never changed. There's Yanggang in the comment section all the fucking time that talk about how they hate and despise Bernie Sanders. Some of these people I fucking highly respect. Naomi is a huge Yangganger. Huge. She's done a lot for the Yanggang and for Andrew Yang. Guess what? She don't like Bernie. We disagree on Bernie, but I respect her decision. I fucks with Bernie. But because I fuck with him, I can criticize him. He's weak. He's weak. He should have been bashing Biden over the head. Full stop. He should have been bashing everybody. Now you might be saying, "Oh, that's too much. Come on, man. We're supposed to be friends here." No. He wants to start a fucking revolution. He's not just running for POTUS. He wanted to completely dig the game up and change it. He wanted a revolution. You can't be passive with a revolution. You can't be passive. You got to go all in hard. And you can have your Nina Turners and you can have a whole bunch of people with you that say good stuff and are great speakers. But you, my friend, you need to be stronger. And I don't mean you're not strong in the sense that you don't go out there and create big crowds and you talk to the youth. You do. But you were milquetoast against your opponents. I have no doubt in my mind you would go a horde against Donald Trump. But against the Democratic establishment, they were against you anyways. They hated your guts. They did everything in their power to keep you down. They stepped on your neck. And you still tried to play ball. I would have took the ball and I would have popped it. The media hated you. The DNC hated you. If you're going to start a revolution, you gotta have more fire in you against your opponents. I like Joe. He's my friend. I don't give a fuck if he's your friend. Destroy him. Off with his head. You got a revolution. And you didn't do that. You didn't do that. So you're going to end up bending the knee. Just like you did in 2016. And Joe Biden will lose to Donald Trump. Because I'm going to call it right now. At least 75% of the Bernie Sanders supporters are not going to vote for Joe Biden. It's just not going to happen. They're going to stay home. Look at the turnout now for Sanders. If the youth would have came out more, these last couple primaries would have been different. But the youth aren't even coming out like that. Do you think they're going to come out even? It's not going to happen. They're not going to come out. Oh, well, Sanders lost who we fucked with. So let's just go out and vote for Joe Biden in droves. It's not going to happen. Joe Biden's not going to get the votes he needs. Joe Biden does great with old people. So does Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's not only going to destroy him on stage, he's going to destroy him in the polls. It's just what's going to happen. Unless Trump super screws up with this coronavirus shit. Then Joe Biden might have a shot. But Joe Biden's been MIA. He might have the Rona. Ron Paul's got it. Mitt Romney's got it. I might drop a video on that tomorrow. I don't know. If you want me to drop a video on that tomorrow, let me know. Because that's a whole video within itself. But if Biden's got the Rona, it's a wrap. You can't elect somebody that's got the fucking Rona. Bernie Sanders would be the nominee. Full stop. So, it just what a smear job. What a smear job. What a smear job. And look, Yang's caught a lot of heat in many situations that I don't always agree with Yang on 100% on either. Like, as far as Medicare for All goes, I was shouting it to the crowds. I was shouting it to everyone. Yanggang, a lot of Yanggang didn't want to hear it. Some Yanggang did want to hear what I had to say. Regardless of what you wanted to hear, he took heat about Medicare for All, period. Whether you like it or not, he took a lot of heat. I was talking to Russell during the live stream, and he was saying he wishes Yang was a little bit more aggressive too. I can see Yang being a little bit more aggressive. Some Yang Gang don't like that. Some Yang Gang are like, well, that's not him. That's not his personality. And I agree. Be you, but let's not pretend there's not an aggressive side to Andrew Yang. He's only human, right? Maybe. He might be a Super Saiyan. I don't fucking know. But, everybody has agreements and disagreements. But I still rocked with him, and I still supported him. What he's doing is smearing. You're smearing him. He's smearing him. He was open and honest. And he said, yeah, Joe offered me a cabinet position. And what's the problem? People were literally begging Bernie Sanders to go to Elizabeth Warren and offered her a position. From all the way up to VP. Crickets. Nobody was saying anything. And Yang never said, I endorsed Biden because he offered me a cabinet position. He never said that. He did it because he was going to endorse the Democratic nominee. Biden is a Democratic nominee. A guy with dementia. His cognitive abilities are on a decline. Yes, him, that guy, is our fucking nominee. So, just wanted to point this out. What a smear by the Rational National. And for shame on you, sir. For shame on you. Because you're not being honest. You're not being an honest actor. And I can criticize Yang. I don't give a fuck what heat I get in the comments. I can criticize Yang. But this was bullshit. And you know it. So I got a live stream to do. I don't know if I'm doing it tonight or tomorrow. I tried to do one earlier, but it was like low energy. It was low energy, Jeb. I wasn't low energy. The stream was just low energy. There was nobody in there. There's nobody up in that bitch. So I might try a different one tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but I definitely want to do a live stream with you guys. And talk some smack. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it, but please make sure you hip thrust that like button. And look, I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel now more than ever. As you know, most of us are out of work. So if you got it to spare, send it my way. I'll gladly take it. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.